It was early on December the 28th that they slipped out of a small fishing port on the east coast of Sulawesi. Hundreds of GPS coordinates tracked the Risky on its way down around East Timor and south towards Darwin, an unconventional route that evaded detection by Australian border patrols. Somali man Imad Aboud was travelling with his younger brother Mohammed.
Family habartay abay waxa li dhahay walaalka ilaali. waqtigaas yani casif waa jirta iyo bad waa kacsaneed bas asi kuraas jiifa anina hoosaan jiifan anni asi كراس جعلها ناس يفقبوا بدراتيس أنا تعبان وأنا عبسنويا مش جعلي إنا كورجيفت.
By morning on the 1st of January, the Risky was entering Australian waters north of Darwin. It was then the weather deteriorated according to the passengers. Sudanese man Yusuf Fasha was on board with his wife Marian Ahmed.
So big wave is like 2-3 meters come. Then they hit the boat and then boat is shaking. That time there is 4 people, they're sitting, and Abdullah he was sitting up at that time too. 4 people fall down on the water and we don't have a jacket, life jacket.
Imad Aboud says his brother was one of 4 men who fell into the ocean and disappeared. Another Somali, Said Islam, says his brother also went overboard. Yusuf Fasha used a satellite phone he was carrying to call the international emergency number 112.
We called them, they answered us, we told them our problem. We told them we have 4 people fell down already on the water, we don't have life jacket. He said, where are we exactly? We need your position. We gave them their position. He said, okay, try to be strong until someone will come to you. So we are continue.
He says they were told to try to reach land.
When I gave him the position, he said, you are near to the island. I said, yes. He said, try to land down to the nearest island.
So which beach did you land on?
Come here.
Then an Australian border patrol arrived.
We saw one big ship from far is coming towards us. They came, they round us, some of them by this side, some of them by this side. They said, how are you? Are you fine? We said, yes, we are fine. Just we have people, lost 4 people in that direction. Said, okay, now we are going to look for the people, for your people that they fall down. But you have to go to the boat. It's not safe place in your place. They say there is a lot of crocodile. There's a lot of spider, there's a lot of dangerous animal here.
The asylum seekers refused to get back on board the Risky. We can't verify their allegations about how they were treated during the events that followed. Passenger Abdullah Ahmed Mohammed says he tried to run away.
I started running, they tied me by the plastic rope and kicked me by shoes in here.
Why did they do that?
I start to run in the island. I don't want to go back. And they say I have to go back to the boat.
xoogaa lii qaado 2 qofa inta ii qabsadeen inta ii qabsadeen markabka sidii eri camal aa lii tuur waqtigaas sugiga jilibka jugu ii gaar.
Imad Aboud says he was still in shock after the disappearance of his brother.
markaan kac waa u sheegay walaalkayaas dhum waa u sheegay maxaa lii dhahay fadhiiso waa raadinayna waanu socon fadhiiso waa raadinayna fadhiiso waa raadinayna waa nin liitum bakhaakha liisood markabkood yariiska markabka yariiskana maxaa liigay markabka weynka agtiis cirbadaa liisii cirbadaas nisbat munawima ku jira hurdadii
Arjula barna, why
One of the asylum seekers filmed on a mobile phone as Australian military personnel stood guard.
When we ask them where we are going, they say that we don't know. This is order and we don't know anything about this. And they treat us by force and everything they say, it's not good.
Sometimes they say you, they speak, you are comfort. You yourself, you choose to come. Not we don't give you invitation to come to the country, so you have to accept the consequences what you did.
They say, sit down, don't do this, don't do this. They are shouting. Well, sometimes I am not understand. Some words they would come out from his mouth.
And how did the asylum seekers respond emotionally?
They are crying. Asylum seekers also, they are crying. The women are crying. The people are shouting.
What happened once people found out that you were going back to Indonesia?
Thursday, I think the Thursday, we started for the protest and something like that. So some people throw the to swimming or something. I was one of them. What the people was swimming.
So you jumped in the ocean?
Yeah, jumped to sea. Then everybody come back on the boat. They said you have to sit on the sign. You now sign.
In the sun.
Yeah, they said you have to sit here for 4 hours.
They said now as a punishment you have to stay here 5 hours. The sun is shining, from the sky on you. This is punishment.
The asylum seekers admit they'd already attempted to sabotage the engine.
We put sugar in the engine, and water in the fuel.
I see, to stop it from working.
Yes, to stop the engine.
They claim that once it was up and running again, Australian military personnel limited their access to the toilet, which could be reached by going through the engine room.
The second day that they started, they said for the toilet, only one time for a man in the daytime, for a woman in the nighttime only.
The restriction on passengers going to the toilet infuriated some of the asylum seekers. When a female passenger was prevented from going, 4 men stormed the engine room to try to force their way to the toilet.
When she started crying, the young people, they said, no, we have to go by force to the toilet.
Then dagaal meesha ka dhacay. Askartii dadkii inta isku buuqay, askartii qaarkood suntii dadku buufiyeen.
The so-called poison is believed to be pepper spray, routinely issued to border protection personnel to deal with non-compliant or threatening behaviour. The passengers say Bobby Nouris led the charge to the toilet. He says he was then sprayed with pepper spray and fell, burning his hand on a hot pipe in the engine room.
يعني بعد واسود دقيق بعد هوس وجرتي موتور كتيس تعليم فهمنا ييجن ماشي جوجين أسكرت هوس وجرين مركا قلي أو أن رادينو سيدي اللي يبو فيه مركا هالبنتور أنا شغين هاي أنا أو يعني رادينا ميلا قبصة أبار برتي أكو دقيق مركا نبكان ميسو قارلنا دي سنتي إنها اللي يجيلنا نبكان ميسو قارلنا
أنا محا أركي بوبس أسوق أكتيك سو أرداي إندهي دهاي كعنتي أسوق جبنا ما أعرف كعنتي أسوق أو جبنا ما أعرف يعني.
It was after this, according to the allegations made by passengers, that 3 asylum seekers had their hands deliberately burned by Australian personnel.
I am in a gate, I saw them with my eyes. Abdullah, he was in the top, I think so. But I'm sitting there, so they catch from his hands like this one, they put it on the exhaust of the engine that is hot, that's taking, fuel, the smoking out of the engine. So they put like this one after one. And they told, after they bend them and they take them out, they come and they call me, Yusuf, translate for anyone here. If anyone try to go to the toilet again, we will banish them like this one, tell them.
Some of the asylum seekers who were on board the Risky are still reluctant to talk about the incident.
They're afraid. because they don't want to speak another and they lose the chance for the recognition of refugee, and then they will face another problem.
But now one of the alleged victims has spoken out for the first time. 23-year-old Sudanese man Mustafa Ibrahim was too nervous to be filmed, but let us photograph him and record his voice.
أنا ماشي الحمام والناس دول واقفين في الحمام ولينا ما تمشوا ما تمشوا إحنا سرينا ولا نمشوا نحن مصدقين دايرين نبور ولا داير واحد يخرج ما في طريقة كان الموت معنا الصغيرين نحن اضطرينا قلنا نمشي الحمام والناس دول لعبوا لنا ونحن اضطرينا قاموا الناس دول مسكونا وخطوا أيدينا في البوابة خرجونا.
And who did that to you?
والله ساكر.
Is there any way that what happened with your damage to your hand could have been an accident?
He repeatedly insisted it was deliberate and demonstrated how, he says, the Australians grabbed his arms.
واحد طلع بجاه والثاني طلع بجاه يدي طوال خط لي في العالم هنا واحد مسك يدي خط في يدي زي انا قمت جبت يدي ثلاثه بعد بقى ما اعرف انه بحرقون ولا ما بحرقون انا تخيلت انه قالوا يربطوني بعد ذاك حرقون في العالم هنا وهنا بابا انا بعد حرقون قمت جبت منهم ثلاثه لقيت عالم سخن شديد وحرق يدي كله قمت جريت ثلاثه.
Yusuf Fasha says he witnessed the deliberate burning of 3 men.
When they cut them, they put their hands on the exhaust of the engine, one after one. They put one like this. When it's a burn, they take hands, they lift, say take it back. They take it from here and they take it from the windows back. The another one, they put it one after one. This is what they did. This I saw with my eyes, not only me. They saw more than 4 or 5 people, and all of them is here. You can find them and ask them.
Another passenger, Mansour Ali Ibrahim, says he too witnessed the burning incident.
But I see the hand making the exhaust.
You saw them put the hand?
Yeah, because the time is hand incoming damage.
Other passengers didn't see but heard the screams.
marka ayagoo gubsana anigana ma ka gaarin maxaan marka inta imaadeen dadka la gubay ma arkin laakiin ayagoo gubsana ay imaadeen bahalka oo ilka lagu meesanay macjuunka.
Weeks later, Mustafa Ibrahim showed us what he claims are healed burn marks.
بعد ما حرقوا ما قادر أفكر يومين 3 4 يوم ما قادر أفكر بعد جيت هنا مشيت مستشفى حطونا أبي وانتقل لي.
The passengers from the risky are now held in immigration detention centres across Indonesia. We tracked down 12 of them in facilities at opposite ends of the country. They were surprised that no Australian official had sought to question them or investigate their claims.
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I know.
After viewing dozens of photos of Australian personnel who were on board HMAS Parramatta in January, several asylum seekers told us they could identify individuals involved in their interception.
runtii horta ciidanka inta badan horta ma wada xumay laakiin dad aad u xun way ka baxeen because sida horta in kasta magacyada hadda kala xisay laakiin da muuqaalka arko aan soo kala saari karo.
Yusuf Fasha and his fellow passengers may face years in detention, hoping to be resettled. They'll have ample time to reflect on their failed attempt to seek asylum in Australia.
The Australian government says that the asylum seekers are making these claims up in order to discredit the Australian government's policy.
What is my interest that to make claim against the government of Australia? What I can get benefit from it? I know they will never come and take me from here to Australia, 100%, because it is a country, there's a constitution. They will never be able to come and take someone from the jail to Australia unless we through the procedure of UN. I know 100%. What's my interest to do it? Nothing.
Imad Abood has just one request.
walaalkay haddaa la helo haliis soo celiyo walaalkay am jidadiis am asinool almeen badoodaas ka dhintay walaalkay anana been ma sheegay wax ma karabi Australia ama leeyahay isiis lacag ma karabi wax ma karabi ma fahmt maxaa iisi walaalkay le haddaa hesho ha ii raadis ha ii keento walaalkay